In this video, I'm going to outline some of the traditions and virtues which were key values for the ancient Romans. The three key questions you should be taking notes on are: number 1, what was the Mos Maiorum and why was it important? Number 2, what things did the Romans value and why? And number 3, what are some key Roman virtues? The ancient Romans had a really strong sense of tradition which can be seen throughout the different parts of their society, politics and culture. They described this as the Mos Maiorum, or way of the ancestors, and that referred to the values, beliefs and morals held by the Romans from the earliest times. It's really important that you note down this word Mos Maiorum and learn it, because it's going to pop up all sorts of times throughout this topic. The concept of precedence is also important. Setting a precedent by doing something for the first time is unusual and significant in Roman society. But following them, or saying that you're following a precedent, is a good way to get things done. It's important to be aware that these ideas are just the theory behind what the Romans thought about tradition, but as we'll see, they said that they loved following the way of the ancestors, but this wasn't always the case in reality. Traditionally, the Romans were farmer soldiers. We can see this through the nature of the god Mars. His Greek equivalent, Ares, is just the personification of war, but Mars, the Roman god, is also the god of farming. And so the original Romans, during spring and summer, would travel to serve in the army on local and seasonal campaigns, and then they would return to their farms at the end of summer and autumn for the harvest. Rome was also a strongly patriarchal society. The basic unit was the familia, comprised of the pater familias, or the male head of the household, and his dependents. So that would be wife and children, but also other close relatives and their slaves. The pater familias had patria potestas, which means power of a father in Latin, and that gave him legal power of life and death over his familia. All of the others in the family were expected to show obedience and loyalty to the familia and its pater familias. The Romans considered themselves to be a very pious people. They had a close but formal relationship with their gods, like a business contract, and they would offer them prayers and sacrifices in return for divine favour. Religious rituals had to be performed perfectly in an attempt to ensure a successful outcome. Many traditional Roman virtues align with these values and traditions. Some of the most important are as follows: Constantia, where we get constancy from, meaning steadiness and perseverance; dignitas, or dignity, which also carries the sense of character and reputation; disciplina, or discipline or training; fides, trustworthiness or faithfulness; and frugalitas. If you're frugal, it means you're good with money, so it can mean thriftiness, but it also means having self-control. Honestas is honour, respectability and honesty. Industria means diligence and hard work. Pietas is a sense of duty, loyalty and devotion to others. Pudicitia means shame, modesty or chastity, and that applies particularly to women. And finally, virtus, which we actually have as our school motto, literally means manliness, but also refers to strength, courage and virtue.